Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Foxhound Finance. Whether you're new here or a returning viewer, this is the place where we break down stocks, market trends, and investment strategies using technical analysis. If you enjoy insightful analysis and tactical financial type moves, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you guys never miss an update. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. I'm not a financial expert, I'm not a financial advisor. So always do your own research and consult with a professional before making any investment decisions. Now let's get into it. Today, guys, we're looking at ticker symbol AMC. I am currently showing you guys the daily time frame. Let me turn off all the indicators. I'm going to leave my trend lines up right now. This stock has scary, scary potential. Okay, and I'm not trying to hype beast this right now. I understand that that's been a common theme when it comes to these kinds of stocks, these heavily shorted stocks, and ones that are on the turnaround. But again, similar to the patterns that I'm seeing with Rivian and the ones that I saw with Carvana and Robinhood and these waterfall structures and then the flattening out, I'm starting to see that this looks like it's on its way to turn around here. The company has earnings on the 25th, I believe. And if they somehow announce that they are going positives with the EPS, earnings per share, that could be the final breaking point for this to do similar things that you saw with Carvana, Robinhood, and potentially, like I mentioned in my previous video, even Rivian. Similar setups like this, where they're on this consolidation accumulation pattern, and you're talking about being in this accumulation phase for about 2 years now. I think it will be once we get into September 2025, which is pretty insane. That's a long time to be down here in this range accumulating. But this is just my take. Right now, you guys can see that let's go over the trend lines real quick. You can see that I have these up here on the chart. This is our one for May where we had the Roaring Kitty tweet that justified this move up to this $11.86 mark. Okay, came back. It was just a quick wick. And not only that, this was actually the 200 touch. Oh, there it is. That was your 200 touch. Came up. Obviously, listen, when you guys go back and look at this stuff from a technical standpoint, the stock was not ready to keep juicing past this. It was not ready. You came from $2.38 at the time. Look at where the EMA was to $213. And I get it. From like a 2021 standpoint, we've seen what this thing can do. And in June, in such a beastly fashion, just ripping right through EMAs and all the technical levels. But understand, down here, coming from this low, we were really in no position to keep that going. Let's move forward. So you come up, you bonk your head on the 200 EMA, you come down, and look at this. We've had like 6, 7 months, I think, of more accumulation here after touching the 200 EMA. Well, it looks like we're in position to get the last laugh here because now look at where the 200 is. Unfortunately, they've let the 200 EMA fall all the way down here, which is essentially anviled the price action. It's been like Darth Vader using the Force, just pressing down on the price action, and you see this little bit of up and down. But you haven't seen nothing like this just yet. However, it looks like we may be seeing something similar to this soon, and maybe even on a grander scale. Okay, here's what I mean by that. You got your 200 now pressed all the way down to $5.44. In my previous video, I mentioned how crucial it is to understand the EMAs, and they're telling you essentially what cycle the stock is in and where it is about to go. Okay, these are simple, stupid technical indicators. Okay, the most basic fundamentals of technical trading. Okay, those two things, getting your trend lines down and then getting the EMAs, you're in a good spot already. You're already doing a better job in terms of like mapping out your charts and figuring out what the hell's going on. So right here, you guys see that. You see the 200 EMA band right here, and it's dropping what? This is the funny thing. I did this way back ago. Took a trend line just to bullshit and see like, okay, if it kept following this trajectory, how far is the 200 EMA going to drop? Okay, look at this. In the end, there can only be one option. It doesn't matter if it's June 2025 What are you going to do? I mean, your price action is already pancaked out. It's already breaking certain trend lines I have shown up. I'll show you in a second. The EMAs are curling now up, right? You see your EMAs, all your ribbons coming down. The price action's now bursting above those. It's testing the 50. If you break the 50 and you head towards there's no room. There's no room between the 50 and the 100. 368 and $4.02 is your gap between those two bands. And even then on the daily, we're on the daily here. The 100 to the 200 is $1.40. Okay? With earnings around the corner. Now, unless he comes out and he drops some terrible news or something on us, or they try to, maybe it's a negative earnings again. I hope not. I hope it's not to that level. I'm not trying to be a FUD master here, but I'm just trying to look at all these different scenarios that could take place, right? Like, I don't know. On the technical part of it, we've been smashed down so many times. I mean, you've done this over and over again. I finally think it's time that this is going to start to even stair step its way upward. I would love to see that. I know a lot of people have been in this a long time. We're waiting on this for like, 4 years, 3 years. Who knows? Even some people who got in maybe a year ago are still going, what the hell? Like, when is this going to turn around? And the company's in a much better position than it was in 2021. But look at your bands right here. I mean, we don't have, huge gaps in between our bands as we did back here. This is what you need to understand. We didn't have the gaps that we did back here. Like, look at the bands, how they were positioned here. And this is silly. Like, we should have known that more downside was coming. Look at the space between the frickin' bands here. Okay? And look at how it's just compressed. All right? Let me not beat a dead horse here. Let's get into it. So if you break this and then you hold above this $5.40, let me get this off here. Let me get the 200 EMA back to where it's supposed to be. $5.44. If you get this price action, you bring these bands over this, guess where you're going? You're going to come up to this $11 mark. And then what? What did I say about Rivian? Similar thing, right? Now, Rivian, this is different, right? This isn't like AMC IPO'd here and crashed down. I understand that. But from the gap standpoint, it's the same thing. Okay? You break this bottom range down here. You break the $11 mark. Okay, let's just pretend we have, and these aren't even serious resistance levels to me. Let's just pretend my level here. We'll call that something. $14. Let's do another one. Like what here? Like these gaps aren't strong, guys. Okay? They're not strong. These aren't going to be like look at this. I mean, this is like these are huge gaps on the upside that you have potential to come back up to very quickly. Okay? So, the bigger issue, the bigger deal is breaking this top right here and then breaking your 200 and holding above your 200, right? And rebounding and pulling the EMAs up for that momentum booster, right? We need that launch pad. So here I have the trend line all the way back here that was at, like I just put the level up there, about $14. Let's just call it that. I got another trend line here at 1134, and the most recent trend line, albeit very odd because it was a wick on at least on the weekly, but daily we'll just call it for what it is. We got it up here, $12 probably, touching the 200 EMA, coming all the way down. And the nearest touch that you get is right around here for the trend lines. So that's where we're pushing our trend lines over. And then again, you go up. Here you go. This is what you got. You have your trend lines now all converging, and it's already blowing past some of the trend lines that I have set, the resistance lines right here. So at the end of the day, when you have all this pressure built up like this, you have the 200 sitting so close, the momentum that you need to break through this is not going to take much. That's what I want to say today about this, is that this looks very, very scary in terms of not just, coming up to $11, $12, but what it could do after that. We could see another 2021 type of scenario. Okay. A lot of guys out there are thinking that this is going to run similarly to 2021. Could that be the case? Absolutely. It could just be the way that this is designed to run, is going up in straight line fashions and then crashing 70, 60%, and then finding a new range, and then having maybe like another June style part two, type of run. Only this time, the stock is actually positioned for success. They're doing things with the company, right? To improve earnings. They're trimming the fat where all the losses are coming from closing the theaters that are underperforming. I think I just saw a tweet from him, from Adam Aaron, that they are doing new lasers and all this stuff to enhance the movie going experience. So, selling the popcorn and stores and chocolate, whatever it is, they're finding ways to earn more revenue. And I think with the 2025 movie slate looking the way it is, if you guys have seen the movie slate that's coming, there's a lot to be seen in 2025 and beyond. 2025 to 2027, there are some banger movies to me looking like they're going to be dropping, which that can only lead to one thing, and that is obviously positive earnings. And that's this chart rebounding. And that's what we're looking for. We're going to look forward to the earnings. Like I said, I believe 25th. I think they're the 25th for AMC. Let's see the reaction that we get after earnings. I can only imagine I don't want to. Let me be careful. Knock on wood here. That it's a positive reaction because you have this compression now. This is screaming too much bullish right here. For the common man like us to be seeing this opportunity right here, I think this is going to get moving pretty soon. I don't think they really want us getting in here. I mean, people already been in the stock as it is, but to be accumulating and soaking up shares here, and then you're getting get that positive news potentially to go through these levels. There's a lot of earnings to be had here for somebody jumping in potentially. Not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but just for me, this looks incredible. This looks great, especially where the market is overall. Like I said, I think we're coming to the end of the 4-year cycle here, and maybe this is the part where the small caps start running and it's their time to shine, right? And we start to really see a lot of these, more of the euphoria, and like I said in my last couple of videos, just the irrational buying come in even, right? There's going to be other stocks that aren't even in position as AMC is from a company standpoint. Like, they've really turned it around here. I know it doesn't show it on the chart, but really, I don't even want to really get too deep into this, but like, look at the annual. Did this on my last video. Look at the report. Okay. Look at COVID, what it did there. Still recovering. But again, look at this. Look at this progression. Almost returning to 2019 levels. You guys make your decision. I mean, this is incredible. The potential of this stock, extremely scary. This is something to watch, guys. I know you guys hear a lot of it. A lot of people are out there hype beasting a lot of stocks, but I'm giving you guys all the things that I see on the chart, all the key indicators. This is something I think that is worth at least keeping an eye on. You guys let me know your thoughts, your comments down below, what you guys think. I really appreciate you guys stopping by today. I wanted to drop this because I saw this and I was like, wow. Like, I was blown away of the setup right now on this chart. So you guys, again, have a great day. I will keep you guys up to date in the next video from what I'm seeing. It looks like in the next couple of days, maybe end of week, we could see pretty much where this is headed. So again, stay tuned, guys. Appreciate you. I'll be back soon. Alrighty.